President Trump telling ABC that a deal with Iran could happen over the next week. The president writing on Truth Social, quote, talks are continuing at a rapid pace with the Islamic Republic of Iran. And President Trump speaking to ABC about getting Israel and Hezbollah to agree to a ceasefire, saying, quote, there was a little glitch today, but I turned that one around very quickly. I spoke with Hezbollah and I said no shooting, and I talked to Bibi and said no shooting, and they both stopped shooting each other. U.S. Ambassador to NATO Matt Whitaker joins me now. We're going to get to the glitch, as President Trump characterizes it, in a second. But I'm trying to view this back and forth, delay, no delay, ceasefire, through the lens of the American person watching right now, drinking their coffee. And it seems like we have a start, we have a stop, we have a start, we have a stop. So what do you want the American public to think when it comes to the constant promise that we're going to have a ceasefire, we're going to end this war, and then just a delay, mostly on the part of Iran?
Well, Todd, it's good to be with you. And what I would say on the Iran-U.S. conflict is, we will defend our interests. Obviously, the president is the negotiator in chief. He has negotiated an agreement that is, that he wants. And he's focused on the final details to make sure that among the most important things that Iran doesn't ever have a nuclear weapon. But, time and leverage are on the United States side. And I don't think that there should be any hurry right now to get the best deal in the interest of the United States and therefore the American people. And President Trump knows exactly what he wants, and he knows that he has everything on his side to make sure that he gets it. I mean, we have, a blockade right now in the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran is on their back foot. Their military has been decimated. Their navy's at the bottom of the Gulf. And so there is just so much right now that the United States is holding all the cards. Right. And President Trump is going to make sure that if a deal is done, that it is a sustainable deal in the interest of America.
Sustainable is the key phrase there. You also mentioned the word leverage, and I want to highlight some reporting from Axios about a potentially tense conversation between Trump and Netanyahu. Quote, summarizing Trump's remarks to Netanyahu, the U.S. official said, "You're bleeping crazy. You'd be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your bleeping. Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this." A second source briefed on the call said Trump was, I'm going to say this, pissed. And at one point yelled at Netanyahu, "What the bleep are you doing?" Less on the back and forth between Netanyahu and Trump, because let's face it, they're one of our greatest allies. That relationship is strong. But how can the Trump administration prevent Iran from using the issue of Lebanon and Israel's involvement with Lebanon as leverage against us? How does the Trump administration do that?
Well, obviously, we want the entire region of the Middle East, whether it's Lebanon, whether it is Iran, whether it is, the government in Iraq or Syria or anywhere in that region. We want peace to break out across the region. And all of it's related because Hezbollah is a proxy group for Iran. Hamas is a proxy group for Iran. The Houthis are a proxy group for Iran. And so, Iran's hand is in all of these conflicts, and they are related. But again, President Trump, is unafraid to talk to anybody at any time and tell him how it should be and how it must be. And that's the thing that the United States, because of his leadership and because of the awesome power of our military, we can stand behind those requests. And we aren't afraid, and we're coming from a position of power. And that's where we will always be. And that's where the American people want us. But, the situation between Hezbollah and Israel is, again, it's existential for Israel. Ultimately, they have received rockets. You know this, Todd. They have received rockets for years from territory in Lebanon. And, they are, I think, once and for all trying to root that out. Now, could they go too far? Is that a concern? Maybe, certainly if they get all the way to Beirut and start, attacking the capital city of Lebanon. But, President Trump understands how it all fits together and is negotiating a comprehensive deal If the Iranians want to include the Hezbollah issue in that, and it can be negotiated, then I'm sure President Trump will find a way to include that. But again, he holds all the cards, and he's going to decide the deal that is going to be on the table and accepted.
As the U.S. ambassador to NATO, we would be remiss if we did not ask you about this quickly. President Trump reportedly telling Turkey and its president Erdogan that he plans to visit their country for a NATO summit in July. This is a big NATO summit. What would President Trump's presence in Turkey at this summit, Mr. Ambassador, mean for the future of the alliance?
Well, I mean, obviously, President Trump is the key to the alliance and the summit. Last year in The Hague, he was there. We got the 5% commitment, which is historic and wouldn't have happened without President Trump's leadership. Now we have the report card. Now we find out what have our allies been doing over the last year and what are their plans in the future. And that includes things not only ramping up spending, but most importantly, acquiring capabilities, tanks, airplanes, air defense systems, counter UAS, all of the armaments and weapons that we need to deter and defend every inch of the alliance. And we also need to continue this project that we have started, which is handing over the conventional defense of the European continent to the Europeans. We're making progress. Is it fast enough? Probably not, but we're going to keep pushing as hard as we can. And President Trump being there in Ankara is very important.
U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Matt Whitaker, as always, a pleasure, sir. Great to see you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.